16. Mary. Ginger, a long-haired golden retriever, was ready to bound out the door when Eric arrived to take her for a Saturday afternoon walk. The minute she heard the keys rattle outside the door, Eric always struggled with the Martin's sticky deadbolt. Ginger would leap out of her socks, if, of course, she were wearing any. She isn't. The dog walking business had turned out well for Eric. Back in Ohio, he once took care of a neighbor's dog when they went away on vacation. The job led to others, and Eric considered it easy money. He just had to be trustworthy and responsible, and those qualities came naturally enough. Now on Long Island, Eric had two steady clients, the Parkers and the Orphesis, plus some side jobs when people went away for weekend trips or vacations. He didn't just have to do much to drum up business, just hung up a poster at the coffee shop in town. He'd walk the dogs in the morning and evening, play with them a little, give them food, water, and something resembling love, and that was it. Besides, Eric liked dogs. They were a lot simpler than human beings. On a walk with Ginger the day after Griffin's visit, Eric came across Mary in front of a large brown house. She was raking a pile of leaves down to the curbside. Eric lingered there, letting Ginger sniff around, hoping that Mary would notice him. "Hey," she finally smiled. In truth, she seemed to be more interested in Ginger than in Eric, but he could live with that happily. Mary bent down to greet the perky Golden, who strained on the leash, leaping up for attention. Thoroughly slimed by sloppy kisses, Mary enthused, "I didn't know you had a dog." "She's not mine," Eric replied. He told her about his dog walking business. "You live here?" "No, I just randomly rake leaves at strangers' houses," she said deadpanned. "Oh, dumb question, I guess." She smiled at Eric, then spoke directly to Ginger in a high-pitched trill that Eric figured was reserved exclusively for canines. You thirsty, with your long tongue hanging out? I'll get you some water, that's right. You wait 1 minute, I'll be right back." Ginger seemed to think that this was a great idea. Eric was okay with it too. While Ginger slurped from a Tupperware bowl, Eric relaxed the leash and sat on the curb alongside Mary. He thought about Griffin and David Hallenbach and what had happened yesterday with Rudy's money. Eric wanted to talk about it, but he wasn't sure if he could trust Mary. Was she one of them? She danced around the subject. "What have you been up to? I haven't seen you guys hanging out with Griffin and Cody and those guys," he said. Mary intently tore at a maple leaf until only the skeletal veins remained. "I'm trying to stay away from them," she confessed. "Too much weirdness." "Oh?" Mary shrugged, picked up another leaf, and began shredding process all over again. "Griffin can be..." Eric paused, trying to find the right words. "I don't know, kind of hard to figure out?" Mary snorted. "Takes a while, but you'll figure him out eventually." "Do you want to give me any tips?" Mary smiled tightly, her lips stretched thin. "I don't think I want to talk about him, to tell you the truth." "Okay, sure." Eric looked away, stood up. "Do you really want company?" Mary asked. "Really? Beats raking. Yeah, that'd be great. There's a dog park not far from here," Mary suggested. "Ginger can run around off leash." It was Eric's first time alone with Mary, of course not counting Ginger's company. The dog somehow made it easier, gave them a third thing, something outside themselves that they could share. Mary found an old tennis ball, hurled it across the field. Ginger took off like a rocket, proudly retrieving it. Just an animal doing what came naturally. They playing that game for a while, Eric and Mary taking turns throwing the ball, Ginger tireless and impatient. A few times Mary's cell phone sounded. She'd flip it open, read a text message, and flip it closed. At a certain point, she stopped talking. "You're frowning," Eric noted. "Is something the matter?" Mary shook her head, but a moment later she pulled out her cell phone, punched a few buttons, and handed it to Eric. "Here, look at this." There was a photograph of a girl's thick body. She wore shorts and a midriff-bearing shirt, with the head of a pig photoshopped on it. "Who's this supposed to be?" Eric asked. "That's Chantel Williams. You know her?" "Sort of. We're in a couple of classes together." "Well, everybody's really mad at her." "Everybody?" Okay, not everybody, Mary replies, conceding to the point. It's mostly Chrissy and Alexis. They want me to come over because they want to get her back. Eric didn't know Chantel well. She seemed okay. What did she do? Flirted with the wrong guy, according to Alexis. After a pause, Mary confessed. I know. You don't have to say anything. It's all so stupid. What are they going to do? Ginger dropped the ball at Eric's feet, then plopped to the ground herself, exhausted. He picked the ball up and threw it. Ginger watched it sail through the air, but did not otherwise stir. Go on, go get it, Eric urged. Ginger rested her chin on the cool earth. She wasn't going anywhere. The ball could stay lost forever. It was time to go. Eric reattached Ginger's leash and gave a tug. He reminded Mary that she still hadn't answered his question. Mary sighed, shrugged, rearranged a loose strand of hair. Something mean, she said, eyes narrowing. They're talking about maybe some fake web page. Alexis has a new iMac in her room. They want me to help. I'm good with computers. You've done stuff like that before? Mary looked away and nodded. A little bit. So are you going to go over there? No, I'm sick of it, Mary said with a surprising conviction. Girls are the worst. We can be so freaking mean. Eric laughed. Guys aren't always so great either, you know. Yeah, but at least a guy will punch you in the face, you know what I mean? They do it and then it's over. But with girls, we slice you up piece by piece. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. Eric playfully pushed Ginger on the rump. He told the animal, Good thing you're a dog, Ginger. Life is so simple. Eat, walk, poop, let somebody else pick it up. You don't have to deal with any of this crap, not even your own. They walked in silence for a while longer. They wanted to get a slice of pizza. Want to get a slice of pizza at Mario's? Eric offered. My treat. They dropped Ginger off at the Martins' house. Mary came inside but waited by the door while Eric went into the kitchen to give Ginger a fresh bowl of water. Eric picked up an envelope with his name on it. 2 $20 bills were inside. They go away a lot, Eric explained. But they totally trust me. Really nice people. He locked the house and put the spare key in his pocket. I feel sorry for Ginger, Mary said. It must be boring for her, alone in that big fancy house. Then Mary said something that Eric couldn't quite hear. What? Nothing, Mary answered. I was thinking about Chantel. I guess I said poor Chantel. Eric touched her on the shoulder, letting his hand rest there for a moment. Well, at least you aren't part of it. Yeah, Mary said. I haven't done anything. I wonder why it feels like I did.